Welcome to the Mesquite Gardens podcast, where wellness blossoms and we sow the seeds of holistic health one conversation at a time.
Hello, you guys. Thank you for joining us. I am Porsha. I'm Mesquite Gardens founder, and this is Maricea joining me as my co-host.
Hello.
Happy New Year, you
Happy
guys.
New Year.
Yay, we made it to 2020.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I know.
I am so excited. The doors are all open.
Yes.
New opportunities are presenting themselves.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Being here on New Year's Day, we really set those intentions in the 2024 to get this all going for 2025 to get us started strong. And we just wanted to talk a little bit about starting the year in alignment with wellness, balance, and purpose, and how setting intentions for your mind, body, and spirit can truly help you
Absolutely
have a great year. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We were just talking about the mind, body, and spirit practices for the new year and even the whole year, really.
Yes.
And then the tools and or rituals to help you stay grounded and get inspired. So again, you guys, thank you so much for joining us, and stick around so we can talk a little bit about the new year.
Wow. I just can't believe that it's 2025 and we're here in this space creating and cultivating the land and inviting people out to your garden.
It's amazing. In order to keep this going, it is important that I set these intentions.
Yes.
It is important that I continue with my practices, my rituals, my offerings, my spirituality, really gratitude.
Yes.
For me personally, I would say that the year of 2024, while it had its array of struggles, the Mercury retrograde, bringing up past traumas, having
We're
to
almost out of the
heal.
last retrograde. It ends in like February.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Ends in February. And I am just like, okay,
Yes.
let's just do this. One of the things that I would say has drastically helped me has been gratitude practices.
Gratitude practices are, I can't emphasize it enough. Writing out every day something that you're grateful for, looking for those glimmers. We can spot a trigger just like that. But finding the glimmers, the things that bring you joy, the things that light you up, the things that let you know that in this moment you are safe, you are loved, you are so fulfilled. Those are the things that I like to focus on. So when I'm doing my gratitude journal, then I write, the three things that I'm grateful for in that moment, in that space.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I talk about the things that make me smile, the events that were the highlight of my day, and then just an overall summary of that day. So I start my day with journaling, and then I end before I go to sleep journaling.
Yeah. And I mean, oftentimes I'll even come back midday and be like, well, it's 12, but I got to put this in here. And so don't be afraid to leave your journal out. And I can't stress the importance enough of finding a journal that you are connected to.
Yes.
I have about 25 journals. And part of the reason is because, one, I get them gifted to me. Great. I love it. Thank you. Keep them coming.
Keep them coming.
But the fact of the matter is, I want a certain fill. I want a certain size. I want a certain thickness and a certain paperweight. And
You are
is it
talking my
embossed?
language.
Yeah, I want to feel. Is it a binder? Is it a hard cup? Like I need it to be flat. I want it. I really
The
want
textile.
all of it.
I want it to feel. For my birthday back in November, I got the gratitude journal that I was referring to, and I wanted it to have a certain feel. And you just described that. The outside of it feels yummy to me. That when I grab it to start writing in it, I want to do it because I love the feel of it.
So journaling is huge. If you guys are not consistent at journaling, if you haven't started to journal yet, if you don't know how to journal, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
You had mentioned about how we can spot a trigger in a second.
Yes.
One of the big reasons that those triggers are so easily spotted is because they are attached to a feeling. And while whatever's popping up isn't even a big deal, the fact of the matter is that feeling that has been just festering and just kind of maybe even dormant it's just been waiting for that little energy spike to come back up because it hasn't been dealt with and it hasn't been healed. It hasn't been felt. And so that's why these triggers are so easily brought to the surface. If we learn how to feel our gratitude, then that will come up just as fast.
And it does.
Exactly.
And that'll be your go-to.
Exactly.
Instead of feeling the angst and the anxiety or the depression or the grief, All of those feelings we have to go through, but we'll have more glimmers. We'll have more joy.
Yeah.
We'll have more love. We'll have more compassion.
Then you manifest your dreams into reality with action, of course.
Absolutely.
So when it comes down to, New Year's intentions and what we're setting, just remember everything that you guys are going to be doing has to. There's no way around it. Has to be attached to a feeling. So get those feelings out.
Lean into it.
Yeah.
Feel it. Experience it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of it.
We were working on the unit. We're in L&D, and it's fire. I mean, and when I say fire, the place is blown up, okay? We have patients in every single room. We have 4 nurses. Mind you, we are 1-to-1, sometimes a 1-to-2 ratio on labor and delivery, and we are completely out of staff. The whole thing is a crap show. It is truly just
Typical day.
a typical day in labor and delivery in San Bernardino, but we're all losing it. And the phone's ringing off the hook. Here you come. Here she comes. And she's like, hello, thank you for calling XYZ. How can I help you today? And I was like, what? It literally stopped me in my tracks. I was just like, what just happened? I was like, how did you just do that? Like, I'm just like, was that help? And you're like, who cares? They don't know what we're going through.
They don't know.
I really feel like that was such a breaking point for me to look at you and to see how the entire unit, all of the patients, we were getting ready to crash somebody. Like, it was crazy. And you were just like, hi, so joyful. Like, the person on the other side of the line had zero idea that we were up in flames. And that's how it really should be.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Even when you go into a new patient's room, they shouldn't know that the floor is on fire.
Or that they are not going to get the best care because we're swamped.
Right. Because they are the only one that matters in that moment. No matter what is happening outside the room, no matter what they hear, you are my priority. You are here. And I think I learned it growing up because my mom would be fussing at us or giving us a whooping, and the phone would ring and she would answer it, peace and love. Peace and love. And I'd go, you were just cussing me out, beating my butt. And you answered the phone, peace and love. And she told me, they don't know I'm beating you. They don't know what you're going through. They don't know that you just upset this household. They don't need to know that because it's about them at that moment.
Yes, mindset. And again, an understanding that your energy does not have to be everybody else's.
Exactly.
Theirs doesn't have to be yours.
Exactly.
So understanding how to protect your energy is very important as well.
Grounding.
Yes, which is also, again, one of the tools we'll be talking about in a little bit. So we talked a little bit about the difference between resolutions and intentions, and I want you guys, while you're listening, to think of some intentions that you want to set. Are you guys going to be joining us here at Mesquite Garden? Are you going to help us be building up the farms, planting our planter boxes? Are you going to be coming to classes, joining in some of our vegan cooking classes and our herbalism classes? We're going to be having a lot. So are you guys going to start building your community through these practices with us? We would love to have you. Meditating, which is the single most important thing that you can do. I really, really believe that if we follow, and again, my own personal belief, if we follow the tools that we have, which are for me, astrology, palmistry, meditation teachings, whether you guys are following the Bible or the Quran or the Gita, whatever it is that you are connected to in your belief system.
Applying it to your life, not just something that you read. It should be something that you experience on a personal basis. Whatever you believe in, connect to it, and then live that. Embody it.
For the greater good.
For the greater good.
And that's self-love and self-care is always, should be at the top of the list. People,
number one.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, New Year's, we're starting over again. Because it's part of the way society has made us, right? From Halloween to Christmas, the entire last 3 months of the year, when it's also the darkest. So naturally, we have less sunlight, less vitamin D, less happy hormones. On top of that, our society has grown accustomed here in the US to shove our faces.
Overindulge.
We have Halloween, so full of candy and treats from schools to families to all of it.
Yes. Pies, cookies.
Yes, followed by Thanksgiving. But we don't just have one Thanksgiving. We have Friendsgivings, and then we have this family's Thanksgiving. And so now one day of let's feast turns into almost a week, if not 2 weeks for some
Right.
people, of feasting on starches. And don't get me wrong, Thanksgiving used to be one of my absolute favorite holidays
Yeah.
because who does not want 2 weeks of just eating? So then we go into that, we get all filled up, we have our sugars, our sweets, our pies, and then it's boom, Christmas. I mean,
Yes.
they have Christmas candy and all that out when Halloween is still, going on. So
True.
when we talk about the economic status and society and everything, we are being conditioned to make ourselves ill right before the new year. Right
Right.
before we're going to be like, okay, I just allowed myself to completely go on binge. And now the new year's here, so I'm going to start over. So I think society has set this up as, okay, well, we got you sick for 3 months and now you're feeling it. So now you're going to get better. So I do think that these New Year's resolutions and stuff have come into play personally with just society. And
It's a reset moment.
yeah,
It's a starting over. It's a refresh. It's redefining how you want to show up in this new year, setting your intentions. What did you do to set your intentions?
personally.
Yeah.
So, well, like I said, I mean, meditating is definitely, I can always do some more meditating. Over the last couple of months, my personal meditations, I'm doing probably about 5 or so hours a week. I would like to be doing at least 2 hours a day.
Okay.
So,
Carving out that time.
that's my problem is I try not to do it right before bed because I don't want to fall asleep during
Right.
my practice. Yeah. And so really, I would say my intention for this, in addition to meditating and being consistent, because like we talked about earlier, me working from home, working for yourself, often comes with not having a consistent schedule. And I don't even like having schedule. I am a go with the whim kind of thing. If today I can't do that, I'm not going to do that. I really tell myself that that is part of me being true to myself and my alignment. If I don't want to do something and I planned it and there's no time crunch that I have to meet, I will absolutely say I'm not doing that. And since I've done that, my life is better. My
Because you set
mood is
boundaries.
better. So it really is that understanding. But like you said, carving out those time frames every day, 3 hours to work on X, Y, and Z to ensure things continue to progress and I don't get stagnant or behind. So, meditation, consistent scheduling. And then lastly, I'm really going to be working hard on my hormones this year. My intentions are to completely balance my hormones and what our hormones are and how we as women could better balance and manage them. That way, I can take this information and share with you guys because I wholeheartedly believe that hormones are the root to the vast majority of our problems on all levels,
Right.
holistically.
Well, as women, our hormones go up and down throughout the month constantly.
Exactly.
And so, eating the proper foods, having the proper diet, incorporating the appropriate herbs will help to balance that.
For sure.
I can't wait to hear that
Yeah.
segment.
Oh,
Awesome.
mm,
I'm excited about that.
yeah. What about yourself?
Oh, I set some intentions. I was with a friend and we stopped by a shop that had beautiful crystals. And in the shop, there was a section where you could create your own intention bottle. And so we created friendship intention bottles for our personal selves and for ourselves, as a sisterhood. And so we created our bottle and we put in the various things to attract into our lives what we wanted: good health, abundance, balance,
Hmm.
you know, wisdom, all of those things. And so that was one of the ways that I'm going into this new year with my intention bottle. I've been journaling. I'm going to continue doing that.
Yeah.
I'm working on my vision board.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I haven't created a vision board in a few years.
Really?
Right. It's been a few years. I was looking at the last one that I did and I said, okay, those goals were met. What do you want to manifest now? I think I was going through a grief process
Hmm.
and I had stopped dreaming. So 2024 really was a healing session for me. And so 2025 is expansion.
Yeah.
It's all about exploring possibilities and stepping into the newest version of myself and allowing myself to enjoy living
Yeah.
and enjoying the time that I have, you
Yeah,
know?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned vision boards. Are you going to be doing a hard vision board or what are you
You know
thinking?
what? My niece taught me I used to do the hard one where I would go through the books and I'd find the exact pictures and I at that tactile way of cutting them out and putting them on a poster board and then creating a colorful background and drawing on it and doing all of those things. I loved it. The way that that just felt energized. It's a tactile thing, right? My niece took it and she did it on the computer. And she did it on like Canva or
Okay.
something like that. And she collected pictures and sayings and poems and little things to inspire her. And I thought, that is so cool.
Yeah.
And she got the same joy that I got cutting things out. It's different ways that you can create your vision board.
Is she keeping that as like her home screen on her computer? So when she opens it, it's like there?
Yes, she did. She
Yeah.
did. She put it right there on her screen so she could have that vision to carry her into this new year.
Yeah. Marlene, one of our mindset manifestation coaches, and she will be a guest on the show for sure. She'll probably join us a few times, if not more. She does her vision board on her phone. I've seen
Oh,
her phone like screensaver.
how did you do
Um,
it on your phone?
So she basically, I mean, I will have to ask her exactly how she did
Yeah,
it, but I think it's the same way using Canva, and she just saved it as a photo, and then she set her screensaver as that
I
photo.
love
So
that.
she was able, she has that on her phone, and I thought that was a great idea too. We do vision boards or something along the lines every year as well. And I will say that honestly, I think every single year we have been able to, myself, between myself and Dominic, have been able to almost, if not get everything that we have put on our vision boards
Isn't
into
that exciting?
manifestation. Yeah.
When you
And
see it manifest in your life, when you realize that you are living your dream,
yeah.
that the home you're living in, you created, that the yard, the garden, the farm
Yeah.
was all just a thought
Yep.
and now it's a reality.
Yeah. And so what I ended up doing last year, we both went ahead and on each side of our bed, we did vision walls. So we put shelves up, and my wall, when, the wall I face, so my side of the bed, it's a beautiful thing to be able to open my eyes and see my visions right there when I go to bed, when
Wow.
I wake up. So it is a wall that I have.
I
Now
love
he
that
has,
idea.
yeah, so he has his wall as well. And so it's cool because they're both different, obviously, because we have
Yes.
different visions, but very much the same. And so he has a lot more, like you said, quotes and encouragement words and those types of things, where I have things like crystals and candles and my schedule posted, flowers, like things that when I look at them are the things that bring me joy.
Yes.
But this year I think I'm gonna again redo the wall. I think I'm going to do more drawing. I want to draw out the farm, hand draw it out and
Yes.
frame it, put it there. So that
Ah,
way it is still me doing the action,
yes.
manifesting it, putting it onto paper. I also will make copies of it. That's just part of, and we will use that in our actual new moon or our full moon rituals, whether
Yes.
we're burning it or, burying it, whatever it is that we do. I tend to make a couple of copies of whatever it is that I draw out. And I do feel like there is, some power in that.
Absolutely. Especially if you're doing it with the energy of the universe
Right.
and where we are in this rotation of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're doing our vision boards, whether it's the phone, the
Mhm.
computer, actual magazines and cutting it out, doing it on your wall, I do always light some candles, set the intention. I welcome any of my ancestors, my guides, my positive spirits, those who would like to come in and basically be within this space while we are manifesting our energy. So I do
Mm.
like to have our fire energy, and I like to have, you know, good meditative positive hurt frequencies playing
Yeah,
to really set that space up, because I really believe that environment is so important. Setting is huge.
absolutely. Do you do the intention setting or the ritual where you take the cinnamon and you put it in your hand and you blow it towards your home
Yeah.
so that prosperity is entering through your doors?
Yeah, so we do actually. We had posted, or I think I posted a video on TikTok of the last time I had did it, and it was about, money and abundance, and I did do it. I don't tend to blow the cinnamon. What I have created instead is I do wrap cinnamon sticks with a bunch of lavender, and I hang that above each one of my doorways.
Okay.
And so with that, I have both the protection and the prosperity, as well well as the calming energy. So I do have those hung up, and they might not be on the, or they will be on the website when this airs,
Yes.
but
Yes.
yeah, so we do sell those as well. And the lavender is fresh from the farm, and we'll have them there in the farm store, of course. But that just is a little bit, so I'm not constantly sweeping up cinnamon. But on very powerful, depending on, again, the moon or the energy or what it is that I'm manifesting. When I am manifesting specifically
Yes.
for, let's just say I'm waiting for a grant specifically that I really am trying to manifest, then yes, I will blow the cinnamon. I will go through those extra steps because it's like, what's me sweeping up a little bit?
Yeah.
Put the Roomba on.
Put the Roomba on. I love that.
So yes, but there are definitely all these different, we should do an episode about just rituals and different types
Yes.
of rituals that we can
Because
do.
they say every room has its own energy, every space has its own attraction. I think I heard that it's the southeast room where you can manifest more for abundance.
Interesting.
So think about where your southeast room is and how is it cluttered? Is it cleared out? You know what's going on in that space?
Perfect. It's my bedroom, so it's great.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a lot of creativity happening in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys, if you guys do any other intentions, if you have any other good little nuggets
Rituals
or any of that you do for your intention setting, let us know in the comments, let us know on social media. Again,
sustaining it.
Yes, sustaining it. And that's what one of the things I really want to do is build that community with you guys so we can sustain these things together, because having a community of like-minded
Yes.
people is truly necessary for healing. It just is. It is. You guys, I get it. We'll be like, we don't like people. We want to stay inside. We get it. We really do. But when you find those like-minded people, and believe it or not, I read a study the other day that said women who had at least 5 to 7 other women friends in their lives that built up a community of like-minded interest lived healthier and longer than those who did not. And it makes sense. We need that feminine connection.
The connection, the energy, the exchange.
Yeah, because again,
sisterhood.
Yes, sisterhood. We are talkers. Women, that's how we express ourselves. Women talk. And most of the time our husbands do not. So having that balance where you're allowed to, one, receive and give.
Yes.
The energy between you and another woman of like mind is a beautiful, beautiful
Absolutely.
Privilege.
Absolutely.
At this point. So we are, I do want to also have Women's Circle. I think we should start and host Women's Circle where we come together maybe even once a month, where we do a Women's Circle and do a meditation, have tea time.
Tea time?
Yes, let's do it. So
let's
boom,
do it.
Let's do it.
Because, the sun is going to be out longer. We're going to really be in a space where we can even host it outside.
Well, for sure the summer we'll be able to host outside. And as soon as, I'm hoping, of course, my goals, my intentions are that the barn and the kitchen and everything will be up by fall. I was hoping that it would be up by the spring, but things got delayed. It is part of the game. It's part of the journey, right?
It's part of the journey.
So, but if we can at least get started building by summer, then
we can be in the lavender fields.
Yeah, exactly.
I love lavender.
Yes. So I'm excited. Yes, we're going to do a women's circle. So there you guys, if you guys are interested in joining that women's circle with us, we will have information on that on social media as well as the website. You can find us at Mesquite Garden on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram right now.
Absolutely.
And the website is www.mesquitegarden.com. We will have the schedule of our classes and events there, as well as the women's circle. We invite you guys to join us, come befriend us, join the community, bring your medicine. We are happy to share our energy with you.
If there's anything that we covered that you want more information on, or if there's something that you want to see covered, click on the link below and let us know what those are.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this New Year's podcast episode. And I'm super excited to have you guys here. And until our next episode, have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.